But every day, then they take money in bulk. Poor man picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh. Oh, yo, yo, my ego don't come. Oh.
Or every organization that is organizing protest is definitely undermining the peace and unity of our dear country.
Speak to the people of Nigeria. Your crying is right. Your complaint of hardship is right. But is the solution found in carrying placard and lining the streets? Is the solution found in copying a country lesser than us? The references that are made today to Kenya and all the rest of them, they are smaller countries to Nigeria. We are giant of Africa. We must profile a solution that is better and sustainable and lasting. That solution is not found in our children being killed on the street while protesting. It's not found in our raising placard. It's found in supporting the policies of government and understanding that these policies need time to begin to materialize. Moving, that we amend that prayer to include that members sacrifice maybe 50% of our salary for a period of 3 months or 6 months to help Nigerians and to show that we are in support.
I want to appeal to those that are instigating this protest, because I believe there are people behind this protest. It's not that people are just doing it by themselves. And I think DSS must work hard to find if they can lay a...
Hello there. Morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is Mayegun live. But today, so good morning to you once again, good afternoon to you, or maybe just a welcome back, and good evening to the rest of us from wherever you are joining us this moment. It is Mayegun, and this is live for those who are watching it live. Tonight, we are going back to the man that ruffled the feathers of Kolu, and then the entire APC structure came down on him. Ali Ndume, Senator Ali Ndume. He has responded yesterday. We were all here watching when his colleagues were moving the motion to possibly sanction him more. APC already wrote a letter to get him removed as the chief whip of the Nigerian Senate. He said he's been offered another the chairmanship of another committee, and he rejected it. That this house is falling, and if nobody is paying attention, I do not want to be part of it. They said he had to come out and apologize for calling his colleagues kleptomaniacs, Khakistocrats, Tinubu, and there is 48 thieves. And they said that was too much, and he's been everywhere in the last few months. He has responded with an extra banger too. That is where we are going to start this evening. Thank you so much. And let's go straight to the channel's studio. And the credit for this video goes to them as well. Ali Ndume.
Gentlemen of the press, good morning. In reaction to what has happened to me, I reviewed several times, from beginning to the end, the interview I granted. I also shared the interview I granted to friends, elders, leaders in this country to review and get back to me to tell me whether I have said anything that is not true or that is wrong in that interview. And unanimously, the people I shared with, and my conviction too, tells me that I did not do anything wrong. I did not say anything wrong. And therefore, I want to state that I stand by all my statements in the interview I granted. Secondly, the party that recommended to the Senate that I should be removed from being the chief whip of the Senate, I take that as an act of God, because if it is God that gave me that position, it is God that took it through APC, so I bear no grudges about that. After all, I did not contest to be the chief whip. I did not contest to be the vice chairman of appropriation committee. I contested to be the one of the senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And alhamdulillah, God granted me that victory. And I'm happy with God, what God has given to me. This morning I shared with you, I am an ardent follower, historical follower of a former famous American President Theodore Roosevelt. I want you to state or the quote that I say, but briefly, it says, it is unpatriotic to stand by the president in whatever he does. It is patriotic to speak the truth to not only the president, but anybody for that matter. It is unpatriotic not to speak the truth to power or to anybody, and I still stand by that. In doing so, it is also known that in Hausa, let me put it in Hausa, that Allah yana tare da mai gaskiya, that God is always with the person that speaks the truth. So I know that I'm not wrong, the people are not wrong by speaking the truth and standing by the truth. And I pray that the president, who now I expect the message that I've gotten to him, to look at what I have said and take appropriate measures to eliminate the sufferings of the people. People are suffering. People are suffering. People are angry. People are not happy. I'm happy that yesterday the president agreed with NLC to increase the salary to 70,000 naira, which is a good move. But it takes more than that, because realistically, that is like a bag of rice, a money that will maybe buy a bag of rice or cover the cost of bag of rice. So I encourage, or I call on to the president to still open up and listen to the people. The president, I knew, had infiltrated access to people. If you go to Borderland, as I said, you will see, you will know from far whether he's there or not. If you go to Lagos House in Abuja, if he's in Abuja, on turning, you will know whether the president is there or not. I think he should think about that and get back to it. Then, on me leaving the party, I'm a founding member of APC. In fact, I can say I was in APC before the national chairman, because I'm a member of the NPDP that formed the APC, joined the coalition that formed the APC. And I did not do that just like that. It is in consultation with my people that I joined APC. We were the 22 senators that joined to form APC. We were called NPDP then. And if you check history, and look at the list of the senators, my name is number 21 out of 22. That was because I initially did not want to join APC because of some people that are in the coalition. But I use this word, ordered by Buhari and current President Tinubu to sign to join the
nuisance lele.
So that is where he's trying to kind of exonerate himself and everyone who cares to observe very well. All right. This is their number one. It is their 2027 move. And also, if Nigeria lasts till 2027, that is if Nigeria lasts too, it is their 2027 move. But with what he himself is seeing on the horizon, they know they can no longer control a lot of their usual mob from northern Nigeria. They have it. So if everything blows up, Alaye is trying to tell all of you. It's like a SOS call. Okay? See, I'm on your side. It's because of, if I wanted to join them, if I wasn't on your side, I will be with them and I will be chopping with them. Remember, I spoke out. I'll let him finish. He has a story to tell. But the part where he said, saying the truth is actually patriotism. You know, that is true. I'm not talking about him now. Like somebody said, like, is it now that you want to start, speaking the truth when you no longer have access? Abi? So maybe he doesn't qualify to say it, but that word, calling out the criminals, speaking up and not covering up all of their criminal actions, policies, activities, and the rest of that. It's actually it's an act of patriotism. That is why they have now criminalized that. You either join them to praise them, so they now turn it into, like Edward Snowden said, when exposing a crime is treated as committing a crime, you are being ruled by criminals. Nigeria and Nigerians, you are being ruled by criminals. But let's get back to it. The coalition, new PDP, continue. Ndume.
APC in Imo Government Lodge, and it was Rochas Okorocha who was hosting us that was sent to summon me to Imo Government Lodge, where Buhari came with the list and asked me to sign. Tinubu was sitting there, I was sitting there, only the three of us were called aside to sign. So I'm not a new member. I didn't join APC just like that. It was in consultation with my people that I joined APC. I take his advice and I will get across to my people. I am here in Maiduguri, as you know, because I'm bereaved, and I did not issue immediate statement because I didn't want to show or overreact on what has happened. Lastly, on me being removed from being chairman of Appropriation Committee, still, the Appropriation Committee was given to me not because I was desperate about it. No, it was because I was begged to accept the position of Chief Whip, knowing fully that I led the campaign for emergence of Apabio as the Senate President, and I was begged to to choose whichever committee I want to be the vice chairman, and I chose appropriation in order to stand for my people and make sure that there is justice in whatever they do. So it's not like I'm desperate. They have been removed. And I learned, because nobody wrote to me, that I've been given chairman of tourism. I want to state here that I beg to decline or to reject the offer for 2 reasons or 3. One, you must do something that you are not interested. I'm not a tourist. I don't have visa to any country as I'm speaking to you now because I don't travel a lot. I have never been to China. I have never been to India. I have never been to France. In fact, I have never been except America that I schooled and London that I used to go. But even that, I cannot remember going any of these countries for the last 10 years or more. So I'm not interested in accepting the Committee on Tourism for the 2 reasons I told you. I'm inexperienced in that. I'm not. I don't know anything. I'm not knowledgeable about tourism. So I would, if any, prefer to remain as an ordinary member so that I can learn about tourism and something like that. Besides, I have committees already that I'm contented with, so I want them to note that I'm not interested. And finally, I want to call on the numerous supporters to remain calm, be law-abiding, and also pray for this government. Pray for Nigeria, and pray for the country. We are passing through the most difficult time in the history of this country, especially when it touches on, lack of, because there is the World Food Program. I've said that there's going to be scarcity, there's going to be hunger, and already these indices have shown, even now, Nigeria is ranked as one of the countries that is top on food insecurity, with over 38 million that are facing food insecurity. And that is in addition to the insecurity of Boko Haram, banditry, kidnapping, and separatists in the southeast that we are facing. So Nigerians need to pray. Nigerians need to support the government in whatever way, so that if the president or the government succeeds, we will be better off. If it fails, the poor masses will be the first victim. I want to thank you for your time. So many people have called upon me to go to court, to take my case to court, because due process have not been followed in meting out punishment to me. As I said before, I depend on God. I believe in Allah. I've already, and He already has taken note of this, so I'm not going to go to court. I leave this issue in the court of Almighty Allah. That is all I can say about people, and please, they should believe in God. It is God that does everything. Even if I go to court, it is God that will decide the outcome of the case. So I don't want to waste my time going to court. I leave the case, my case, in the hands of Almighty Allah. APC.
Nuisance lele.
I mean, like, when you hear how many of you kind of try to count how many times he called God in that interview? I counted it, but I don't know if I counted it all. The video is 10 minutes long, so I cut it into 2. Okay? In the entire 10 minutes press release, right? He mentioned God 23 times. Yeah. God gave me, it's only God. God knows, and God, and 23 times. And all of that is just to pretty much just say everything that happened, God. No, that's not God. And that's what they do. Then he told people to pray and ask God to help them to help Tinubu, because only God and God, God and God, God, in the mouth of a Nigerian politician. Okay? So like I said, he's trying to kind of stay alone. No, I don't want any committee again. In fact, I want to be an ordinary member so that then the people that removed him, they too have their own, they have their own suspicion too. And they are not slacking because they kind of believe that there is something some people are cooking in northern Nigeria, and with the other sort of narratives that they have already thrown into the public, like some political losers or some politicians from northern Nigeria are the ones organizing the protest simply because they want to make Tinubu's government ungovernable, not because Nigeria is sinking and Nigerians are hungry. Okay. Meanwhile, others are saying, oh, these were the same people that prevented their people from joining the protest against the NSAS protest at the time. And they were using their clerics as well to spread different misinformation. So now that they seem to have lost the control of their clerics on these people, they are still not being believed that they are not going to, they are not behind the mobilization for this next protest. Others have said, maybe there is something they know that we don't know, as the reactions towards this planned protest compared to what you have had in the past seem to have to be a unanimous, I wanted to say unanimous sort of reaction. They are already calling, this is the people that chased Ndume away because he was supposed to be one of them. Then he wants to start acting like Oli. Okay? So the same guys are already in a sort of a meltdown, like a panic mode. Because I have been seeing reactions, and most of the reactions that are coming from those who are supposed to be the authority, including the politicians in Nigeria, their reactions towards what Nigeria is and what Nigeria is about to become, which the likes of Ndume, as like I said, seeing whatever others are not seeing, and there is, quietly, distancing himself and telling the world that I'm on your side, right? So whatever he's seeing that they are not seeing, somehow people like him will be taken care of. And their reaction is pretty much that of people who are having a mental breakdown. Okay? Check your screen. From most of what I have gathered, right? When it comes to these protests that you have been hearing about, there are demands. None of this demand is threatening anything like violence. Okay? None. 10 demands among so many other demands that people want to push. Okay? 10 of them are printed on flyers and they are everywhere. None. I'm giving you time to read through them all. None is threatening violence. But on the floor of their Senate, you see that video I played from the beginning? That's part of that meltdown. But here is what some snippet from northern Nigeria, from, the northerners, especially the Sharia North, from the Middle Belt as well. People are saying, we will surprise those who believe they used to have the power to control us, blah, blah, blah. Listen.
Let's keep synergizing so that we know how we are going. We'll be hearing from both sides, because I think that's the main thing that is worrying them, because now no one is listening to region. We are all Nigerians first, before our regions, before our states, and that's their most important problem. That's what is keeping them up at night, and we need this to continue. We are all brothers, please. They've already succeeded, but I think this time around, everyone has realized that Nigeria is first and foremost. So we should keep this energy of synergy, and then we can plan properly and push this thing to the highest limit. And God willing, we will achieve what we come out for. I yield. Thank you all.
They owe to make sure that they put religion in between us. But thank God we're able to make sure that we destroy that. Because this country, I always tell people, we don't have anywhere than this country. This is the only country we have as Nigerians. Anywhere you go, you are a Nigerian. If you like, be a Muslim. If you like, be a Christian. If you like, be an Igbo. If you like, be an Hausa. If you like, be an Yoruba. Be anything. You don't have anywhere than Nigeria. This is the only identity you have. And if we did not stand to make sure where we are, we cannot be in our country and become slaves. That is the truth. We need to be talking. And this unity